So in a nutshell, the 2024 telecom auctions are likely to be a subdued affair. 2022, the last ones, that was the big one when the government had put on offer 5G spectrum for the first time. But now, most of the 5G rollout is already done for the likes of Jio and Bharti Airtel, and Vodafone Idea is still emerging after recently getting recapitalized. So analysts are broadly not expecting big bucks to be spent this time. Maybe the auctions, the spectrum bidding will take place where the spectrum is expiring. So now what's new? What took place yesterday? Well, yesterday, the DoT, the Department of Telecommunications, released the earnest money deposited by the telcos. And this is how the numbers stack. Reliance Jio is the most at 3,000 crore rupees. Bharti comes second at 1,050 crore, followed by Vodafone Idea with a modest 300 crore rupees. Now, how does this work? 1 rupee of earnest money deposited allows the telcos to approximately bid for 11 to 12 rupees of spectrum, which means if you multiply 12 by the EMD, this is the maximum amount that telcos will be able to bid for. Reliance Jio again tops the most. They can bid for spectrum valued at close to 36,000 crore rupees maximum. Bharti Airtel at 12,600 crore and Vodafone Idea at 3,600 crore. Now let's get to what it means for individual telcos. Now, as I said, Reliance Jio has put in the most, EMD at 3,000 crore rupees, which means it can bid for spectrum up to 36,000 crore rupees. You know, this number comes in as a bit of a surprise because Reliance Jio has no spectrum coming up for renewal all the way till 2030. And the last time, Reliance Jio had already spent a whopping 88,000 crore rupees. So why have they put in such a high EMD? How much are they planning to bid? That remains to be seen, but one caveat is that Jio has always put in the most in terms of EMD, and it doesn't necessarily translate into very, very big spends. Now moving on to Bharti. Now Bharti has some spectrum expiring. If it looks to renew it, then at the reserve price, it will have to spend close to about 3,800 crore. But the question which analysts are going to be watching is, will they look to boost their sub-gigahertz spectrum, basically by buying 800 or 900 megahertz, because that's where Reliance Jio has an advantage over Bharti Airtel. Now, Kotak on the whole estimates Bharti to spend about 8,800 crore rupees. And finally, for Vodafone Idea, expect limited participation. In fact, the company had 12 megahertz of spectrum which is coming up for renewal, and they've already surrendered about 3 megahertz. So approximately, analysts are saying that maybe Vodafone Idea will spend about 1,000 to 2,000 crore of bidding. Just purely based on demand and supply, there is no reason for bidding wars to take place in this spectrum auction. The industry is just emerging from tough price wars, and now the street is hoping that the focus of the industry shifts away from subscriber market share grab to monetization and improving the return ratios. But this high EMD, the earnest money which has been deposited by Reliance Jio, when it doesn't have any immediate need for spectrum, has again put analysts in a bit of a tizzy, and it's raising the prospects that one of the players will become aggressive, making this auction also a very interesting one. Thank you for watching CNBC TV 18. For all our top stories and news updates, follow us on our social media platforms.